All right, so let's compare this 16-inch Dewalt 60-volt battery to this Pull-In Pro, which is a 50cc chainsaw. Hello everyone, this is Matt, and I was editing a video the other day, and behind me I heard this large boom, and you can see right about 20-30 feet up where it snapped in half. I do have a gas-powered chainsaw, and unfortunately could not find the can with the oil and the gas mixed up. Plus, I always have a really hard time starting it up. So what I decided to do is go ahead and make the investment in an electric chainsaw, mainly because I'm looking at something that's not going to be as noisy, and also I don't want to smell like fumes when I'm done with it. So let's try out this Dewalt 60-volt chainsaw and see how it works. Even though most of my current Dewalt tools are the 20-volt, I decided to get the 60-volt lithium-ion option because this has a longer blade and it also claims to cut twice as fast. All right, I've got this completely unboxed, and what you have here is you have the 60-watt battery. You've got the charger. What's nice about this charger is it works for the 20-volt batteries. If you already have those types of chargers and those types of batteries, you can just add this to that assembly so you can charge more than one battery at the same time. You've got the chainsaw itself and you've got the sheath. And underneath it, you do have a blade, so you don't have to worry about putting the blade on. So out of the box, it looks like it does work. You also have the instruction manual. So push the button, pull that off, plug this bad boy in, and let's see how this works. So sometimes out of the box, you'll have these where the battery's already charged. Looks like this one barely has a charge on it. I was waiting for the battery to charge. I checked a few other things on the chainsaw, and in fact, it's not ready out of the box 100%. The battery is not charged, and it looks like I need to go get some oil for the chain. Let's test this out. We'll make sure it's in the unlock position. Just need to pull this forward. Still want to use that, keep that in place for your hand. Going to hit the safety right here, and then pull the trigger and see how it works. All right, let's go try it out on a tree. What's nice about this is there are not any petrol or pull strings, as one of my friends likes to say, so I don't have to pull anything to get this started, and I don't have to stick any gas in this. The only thing I just stick in here is like a little bit of bar oil, which basically is going to lubricate this bar as the chain goes around it. So to get it started, you need to make sure that this is pulled in the unlock position. That way you can push this safety and also hit the trigger at the same time. So let's try this section of this fallen pine tree to see how it works. Now that was pretty impressive. I expected this to cut a lot slower because I'm used to working with electric chainsaws that are corded. I want to say that this had about as much power as my other chainsaw, my gas-powered chainsaw. And the nice thing is that I don't smell like gasoline right now. So I'm gonna try this a few more times. Now this is on a full battery charge, and this tree is probably about 60 feet long, the piece that broke off. So I'm gonna cut this into 2-foot segments and see how many cuts I can get out of this 60-volt battery. So you can see a nice clean cut on both sides. All right, we've got some different options here. I'm going to take a look at some of the Dewalt chainsaws here, and they've got two different options. They've got the 20-volt option and they have the 60-volt option. With the 20-volt, considering getting this one because it does work with the current battery packs that I already have. The only challenge is that the tree that I have to cut down today is a little bit longer than the 12-inch what is provided here, so I'm probably going to go with the 60-inch. What's nice about this is a very good utility trimmer if you're just looking for something just for basic brush around your house, and also works well if you're working with the existing battery packs that you already have in place. Let's take a look at the 60-volt, but as you can see, it does have a longer blade, so it goes up to 16 inches. And with the 60-volt battery, you do have more torque, so you do get more power if you're trying to cut something a little bit longer. Now both of these do come with either the batteries or without the batteries, so you have that option if you already have some of the other series with like either the blowers or if you have the weed trimmers. Alright, so I've officially worn out this first battery. Probably got about halfway through cutting this tree down. Let's take a closer look at some of the damage it's done. So we've got 2 cuts, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I cut 1 on the end. So I probably started out at about 10 inches, and these up here are closer to 14 inches in diameter. So 15 cuts. Not too bad. I was hoping for a little bit more, but you know, if you have multiple batteries for a chainsaw like this, you can probably cut down a whole tree. So a great DIY option. I already owned this Pull-In Pro, and the challenge that I have is I'm always losing the gas can, or if I do have the gas can, I can't remember if it's the gas can that has the oil mixed into it, because I really don't like storing these things inside my garage because they leak, and since I have an attached garage, it means some of these fumes can get into my house. So for safety reasons, I'm probably not going to be using this guy much anymore. Probably give it to one of my workers or somebody that uses it a little bit more, or may just keep it just in case we need something a little bit longer. So this is the 16-inch chain, and it looks like the Pull-In Pro is the 20. So if you need that extra 4 inches, this can make a big difference if you're cutting something that's wider than 16 inches. Honestly, if I'm cutting anything wider than 16 inches, I'll probably have a pro come in and help with that, because too many houses around my house, and if I'm chopping trees down, I don't want them to fall on anybody else and get them hurt. All right, let's do a quick overview on this. I was able to get 15 complete cuts and a couple partial cuts out of this, which is not too bad given the average diameter that I was probably cutting through was about 12 inches. If I had an extra battery pack, this probably would have cut the whole tree down, or maybe say if I had 3 batteries, I could probably go ahead and cut the whole tree down. It took about 2 hours for this to charge, so I'm gonna have to wait another 2 hours for this one to charge up. And I'm definitely glad I did not get the 20-volt version, because I can imagine I probably would have burned through at least 20 charges, so that would have been very annoying having to swap out those battery packs. I'm going to get some of the other equipment that is on the 60-volt power pack supply, like the lawnmower, so I'm not worried about having multiples of these batteries. And again, not often does a tree fall down in our yard, and if I have to like cut up branches or whatnot, the charge on this battery is more than sufficient to cut up some of the smaller branches. Even though you see quite a few Dewalt tools in my garage, I am not sponsored by Dewalt. However, I do have affiliate links just for you in the description below, and that kind of helps cover the cost of some of these tool reviews. And so I can give you an honest perspective on the ones that I review. In the near future, you're going to see some of my other reviews of some of the other outdoor gear, such as the power trimmer and also the leaf blower. Now these are going to be on the 20-volt power assembly, so let's see how those work and see if I can get those to perform. Again, this is at a DIY level, so I'm not really worried about using that all day long. Thanks again, and see you guys next time.